The Dodgers superstar clarified, "I never bet on baseball or any other sports, or never have asked somebody to do it on my behalf." In response to mounting scrutiny surrounding allegations of theft and gambling, baseball sensation Shohei Ohtani vehemently refuted any involvement in sports betting or dealings with a bookmaker. Instead, he squarely placed the blame on his former interpreter, whom he accused of pilfering funds from his account. Ohtani, who recently inked baseball's most lucrative deal with the Los Angeles Dodgers, addressed reporters, expressing shock and dismay upon discovering that significant sums, reportedly amounting to millions, had been transferred from his bank account to a bookmaker without his knowledge. The revelation occurred during a private meeting with his longtime interpreter, Ippei Mizuhara, prompting Ohtani to confront the issue. "I'm very saddened and shocked that someone who I've trusted has done this," Ohtani lamented, as his remarks were conveyed to the press in English by Dodgers staff member Will Ireton. These statements mark Ohtani's first public response since the scandal erupted, acknowledging the ongoing investigations by federal authorities and the league, while indicating his limited ability to comment further. "I never bet on baseball or any other sports, or never have asked somebody to do it on my behalf, and I have never gone through a bookmaker to bet on sports." Speaking to reporters at Dodger Stadium on Monday, ahead of an exhibition game against their crosstown rivals, the Los Angeles Angels, Ohtani addressed the allegations. The scandal looms large as MLB's opening day approaches on Thursday, casting a shadow over one of baseball's prominent figures and prompting a re-evaluation of the relationship between professional sports and gambling. Both the Internal Revenue Service and Major League Baseball have launched investigations into the matter, with MLB aiming to ascertain whether its stringent anti-gambling regulations have been violated. Any player or staff member found to have wagered on baseball faces a potential 1-year suspension, while those betting on games they are involved in risk a lifetime ban. The league underscores the importance of Rule 21 by mandating its display in every clubhouse. According to ESPN's Tisha Thompson, who referenced multiple anonymous sources on CNN's The Lead last week, over $4.5 million was reportedly withdrawn from Ohtani's bank accounts through wire transfers, although the origins of these transactions remain unclear. Ohtani's legal team has yet to elaborate on the specifics of how they believe the funds were misappropriated, leaving lingering uncertainties surrounding the scandal. The controversy emerged as Ohtani embarked on his highly anticipated debut with the Los Angeles Dodgers during his visit to South Korea last week, having secured an unprecedented 10-year, $700 million contract with the Dodgers this offseason. Ohtani's status as a two-time American League MVP with the Angels adds further gravity to the situation. Ohtani says he learned of translators' gambling debt after Dodgers game. While the Dodgers were in South Korea last week, the scandal unfolded after reports from ESPN and the Los Angeles Times, both of which broke the story. Ohtani's legal team alleged that Mizuhara was involved in a massive theft amounting to millions of dollars and had placed bets with a bookmaker currently under federal investigation. Mizuhara was dismissed from his position while the team was in Seoul. On Monday, Ohtani disclosed that he became aware of the issue on March 20th, following the Dodgers' initial game against the San Diego Padres in South Korea, during a team meeting held in the clubhouse. Despite the meeting being conducted in English without a translator by his side, Ohtani sensed that something was amiss. Subsequently, he had a one-on-one meeting with Mizuhara at the team's hotel. Until that moment, Ohtani was unaware of Mizuhara's gambling issue and indebtedness. "When we talked, that was when I found out he had a massive debt," Ohtani said. Ippei Mizuhara admitted that he was sending money from my account to the bookmaker. According to Ohtani, the translator had informed both the media and Ohtani's representatives that the player had settled gambling debts on behalf of a friend. Ohtani clarified that he had not been informed about the media inquiries. CNN has sought comment from Mizuhara. Mizuhara told ESPN last Tuesday, "I never bet on baseball, that's 100%. I knew that rule. We have a meeting about that in spring training." Ohtani stated that his legal team would handle the scandal and related legal matters, while he would fully cooperate with investigations and concentrate on baseball with his new team. On Monday, he appeared in the lineup against the Angels as the designated hitter, batting second, Both Major League Baseball and the Internal Revenue Service are conducting separate investigations into Mizuhara. Major League Baseball has been gathering information since we learned about the allegations involving Shohei Ohtani and Ippei Mizuhara from the news media, officials said in a news release last week. Earlier today, our Department of Investigations began their formal process investigating the matter. The IRS Criminal Investigation Los Angeles Field Office is conducting investigations into both Mizuhara and Matthew Boyer, confirmed IRS spokesman Scott Villiard to CNN on Friday. Boyer, a former bookmaker, resides in California, and bankruptcy court documents indicate he had gambling debts exceeding $425,000 over 10 years ago. Ohtani and Mizuhara initially collaborated from 2013 to 2017, during which Mizuhara served as a translator for the Nippon Ham Fighters, Ohtani's team in Japan's Nippon Professional Baseball League, as reported by MLB.com. Upon Ohtani's transition to the Angels in 2018, he enlisted Mizuhara to join him as his translator for his MLB rookie season, and later, Mizuhara accompanied Ohtani to the Dodgers. Bookie's attorney speaks to CNN, a lawyer representing Boyer, the ex-bookmaker being investigated by federal authorities regarding gambling activities, stated that Boyer had never encountered or directly communicated with Ohtani. However, Boyer did engage in business dealings with Mizuhara. Matthew Boyer never spoke with or emailed with or texted with or had any contact whatsoever with Shohei Ohtani, the attorney Diane Bass told CNN in an on-camera interview on Saturday. The lawyer also asserted that Ohtani's interpreter never participated in baseball betting. Regarding Ohtani's involvement in one of the wire transfers to Boyer's organization for a bet, Bass stated, "As far as Mr. Boyer understood, the bet was from Ippei, or it was being covered by Mr. Ohtani for Ippei." Bass emphasized that although Boyer is currently under federal investigation, he has not been formally charged with any crime. She mentioned that Boyer ceased his bookmaking activities in October 2023 when federal agents visited his residence. According to Bass, Boyer met Mizuhara after a Padres game in San Diego in 2022. She clarified that she is unaware of the frequency or the amount of Mizuhara's bets, but mentioned that Boyer informed her Mizuhara regularly placed bets primarily on soccer, occasionally on football and basketball, with no involvement in baseball betting. Bass stated that Mizuhara's gambling got out of hand at a certain point, but he was making regular payments for a significant amount of time. When questioned about the source of the payments, whether from Mizuhara's or Ohtani's account, Bass responded, "I honestly don't know how many transfers came from which accounts, or whether it was more than one account. I don't have access to that information." Shifting explanations and statements. The saga commenced when reporters began probing into alleged wire transfers from Ohtani's bank account. The scandal unfolded in a series of events. Initially, Mizuhara disclosed to ESPN in a Tuesday interview, facilitated by Ohtani's representative, that he had requested Ohtani to settle his gambling debt last year. Mizuhara emphasized that Ohtani had no involvement in his betting activities. Following the interview, Ohtani's spokesperson disassociated from Mizuhara's narrative, subsequently issuing a statement asserting that Ohtani had been a victim of theft. On the same day, Mizuhara was observed smiling in the LA dugout and conversing with Ohtani before serving as his interpreter during the team's 5-2 victory against the San Diego Padres in the MLB season opening game in Seoul, South Korea on Wednesday. Subsequently, Mizuhara was dismissed from his role as Ohtani's interpreter. Upon being informed about the allegations against Ohtani and Mizuhara, MLB declared on Friday its intention to conduct an investigation. Additionally, the IRS confirmed its own investigation into the translator. The scandal surrounding Shohei Ohtani has sent shockwaves through the baseball world, challenging the public's perception of one of the sport's biggest stars and raising questions about the integrity of professional sports in relation to gambling. As investigations by both Major League Baseball and the Internal Revenue Service unfold, the true extent of the improprieties and their consequences remain to be seen. Stay tuned on this story as it continues to evolve. Don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on the latest news and analysis.